UFC 137, Hatsu Hioki versus George Roop. Hatsu Hioki is coming from Shudo and Sengoku. Don't know much more about him other than his fight, what Sherdog says, 24-4-2. Seems to be a jiu-jitsu guy, seems to have done about 50% of his fights submissions. George Roop, stand-up Muay Thai fighter. What do you think about this fight?
Well, you know, we've never really seen a guy come from the Japanese circuit and excel in the U.S. The best Japanese fighter to ever make it over here is Yushin Okami. And I've got nothing against seeing him do very well, but if you're a betting man and you bet on odds, you need to take a look at that. You need to see the difference and the distinctions in the two circuits. Secondly, you know, George Roop does a very good job. George Roop has good length, he's got good training, he's got good coaches, he's always in shape, and he doesn't appear to be scared to fight. George Roop's a guy that stepped in there. He's had some matches where I thought, wow, this guy's really outmatched. And he just goes out, he does the best that he can, he works hard the whole time. A guy with that mentality, that's stable and steady, is one of the scariest guys you can draw. George Roop will always show up ready to go. I tend to think this is going to be a pretty close fight. Even though I insulted the Japanese circuit, I tend to think this may be an exception to the rule. This guy's pretty darn good. This guy's had some hard fights. He's only got a handful of losses, 4 of them if I remember correctly. And his submissions are very slick and nasty. He'll attack legs, ankles, he'll go for everything. He's a pretty intimidating guy. I lean towards Roop, but this is a close match.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of a difficult fight for Roop. Roop has lost to a few submissions, mostly submissions, and so I think that's where Roop, his weakness is. Although he has won by a couple of arm bars, but Hioki has a triangle. Apparently that's where most of his wins come from. Triangle choke, rear naked choke, and arm bar, triangle arm bar. So I think that I agree with you. I think Roop is, I'm going to give it to Roop. I think that's what you're saying. But I think Hioki is the one guy that could probably right now give him a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, well, and he's a fun guy to watch too. You know, I like watching Hioki. I like seeing these new guys that come in and go for submissions like that. Like I said, I'm going to pick Roop because I got to pick somebody. That's the game. Would you ever? That's the game we're playing here, so I'm following the rules. But this is a close match.
Yeah.